Hey guys, this is Coach McCullers, and this is part 3 of the 3 things that you should know for Math 1. In this video, we're going to talk about the basics of how to graph a linear equation. Well, first of all, you should ask yourself, what is a linear equation? How do you know when something is a linear equation? And that's very easy to see. You look at the power that's on the x in the equation. If the power is 1, then you know it's going to be a linear equation. If it's a 2, a 3, or anything else besides a 1, then it's not going to create a straight line for a graph. That's why we call them linear equations. Alright, so let's get into it. The first method here. The first method is the t-chart method. Okay, we're going to go over 2 methods. The first one's t-chart, and a t-chart is basically just an organized table of information showing your inputs and your outputs. Okay, inputs we call those our x values, and the outputs we call those our y values, and it gives us these ordered pairs. So here's the steps: create your t-chart, set it up, organize yourself. Choose at least 4 different inputs, and I choose 4 there. It only takes 2 inputs or 2 points to make a line, but what I've found is that the more points you have, the better off you're going to be. Say for instance you choose 2 points, it makes a line, but it may be incorrect. Whereas if you choose 4 points, say for instance, if one of your points is off, then you can go back and check your work and make sure that that point is correct and it fits on your line. So 2 points is the minimal, more is better. Okay. Substitute into the equation to find your y values is step 3. And then once you have your x and your y values, you make the order pairs and you plot those order pairs. And then you draw the line through those particular points. 5 easy steps, t-charts. So let's look at an example here. I have an example here, and this huge chart is my t-chart. Now we can simplify if we're trying to get a little quicker with our math, but for this purpose I want to show you every step possible. So the first example, we're going to graph the line y equals 1/2 x plus 3. How do I know it's linear? The power on the x is a 1, so I know it will be a linear equation. Okay. Inputs. I choose 4 inputs here: -4, -2, 0, and 4. Alright, in this column I substitute in, and let's go step by step here. The first one's -4, so everywhere there's an x, I'm going to replace it with -4. 1/2 of -4 is going to give me -2, and then -2 plus 3 will give me a 1. Okay, so my output is a 1, and the order pair is -4, 1. And the next one I chose -2. 1/2 of -2. Of course, means multiply, so 1/2 times -2 is -1, and -1 plus 3 gives me +2. Input -2, output +2, order pair is -2, 2. The next one I choose 0. 0 is usually a very common one to choose when you're picking your inputs. 1/2 times anything, 0 times anything is going to give you 0. And so in this case I have 0 plus 3, and that's going to give me 3. So input 0, output 3, order pair 0, 3. Last but not least, we have 4. 1/2 times 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Input 4, output 5, order pair 4, 5. Now, a lot of people choose -1, 0, 1. They choose the numbers that are right in order there. Be creative in how you choose these. You're trying to pick something that's going to make your math real simple. So I chose even numbers here because I knew I was going to be multiplying by 1/2 or taking half. And of course it's easy to find the multiplication. It's easy to divide by 2 when you choose even numbers. So that's the reason why I chose those. Okay. So from here we take the order pairs and we put them on our graph. We plot them. Okay. Okay guys, this is the graphing software that's online. It's a very cool website. Y'all check it out. It's DESMOS. I guess that's Desmos.com, and you put desmos.com/calculator, and it gives you this cool calculator. Now we're going to play around with this in class, but just kind of exposing it to you right now. Alright, from the first example that we got the order pairs -4, 1, -2, 2, 0, 3, and 4, 5. Now the cool thing about this calculator is that it will plot these points for us. Okay, and I have it marked here to show up in red. So I'm going to go ahead and check this, and there's our 4 points. Okay, -4, 1, go left 4, up 1. Okay, -2, 2, left -2, up 2. 0, 3, don't go left or right, but do go up 3. And then 4, 5, right 4, up 5. And you can see that those 4 points are in a nice straight line. But just to prove to you here, I put the equation in, y equals 1/2 x plus 3, and I'll just go ahead and check that, and you see that my line matches the equation here on the graphing calculator. Pretty cool. Okay guys, this is another example here, a little bit different. We do not have the y isolated. In this case, this is in standard form. 2x plus 3y equals -12. Now, it is a linear equation because the power on the x is a 1, so we are going to get a line as our graph. Same process for the t-charts. Choose some x values, substitute it in, get out your y values, and then plot your order pairs. Well, let's go step by step here. -3 is the input that I chose first, and again I'm replacing -3 for the x, and that's my input value. So 2 times -3 gives me a -6, so I get -6 plus 3y equals -12. Now it was hard to kind of write to do this on the PowerPoint here, so I kind of put in parentheses what I did to each side. Hopefully you will show your work a little bit more on your graphic organizer. So to get rid of the -6 here, I'm going to add 6 and add 6 to both sides so that I keep it balanced. It's like solving an equation. Now we're solving for y. So when you add 6 to both sides, -12 plus 6 gives me, -12 plus 6, gives me -6, and 3y is left on the other side. Now the 3 is attached by multiplication, so I'm going to divide by 3, and that leaves me with an answer of y is equal to -2. Input -3, output -2, order pair -3, -2. 0 is really common, especially when you're plugging these things in. Sometimes 0 will give you some fast computations here. So plug in 0. 2 times 0 plus 3y equals -12. Of course, anything times 0 gives me 0, and 0 plus 3y just gives me 3y. Okay, so next step is just to divide by 3, and I get -4. Divide by 3 on both sides. Remember, to keep it balanced, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. Input 0, output -4, order pair 0, -4. Alright, let's go with the 3 here. Okay, 2 times 3 plus 3y equals -12. 2 times 3, of course, is 6. And to get rid of that 6, we have to subtract this time because it's positive. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. That leaves me with 3y on this side, and -12 minus 6, it gives me -18. Then I'm going to divide by 3 again, positive 3 to get rid of that 3y, to get rid of the 3, and -18 divided by 3 gives me -6. Input 3, output -6, order pair 3, -6. Okay, last point here, 6. 2 times 6, that gives me 12. Okay, 12 plus 3y equals -12. Got to get rid of the 12, so I subtract 12 from both sides. That leaves me with 3y equals -24. -12 minus 12 is -24. Last but not least, again, divide by 3 on both sides to keep it balanced. -24 divided by 3 gives me a -8. Input 6, output -8, order pair 6, -8. Now I knew I was going to divide by 3 at the end, so I chose numbers here as my inputs that would help me get numbers that were divisible by 3. So be smart with what you choose for your inputs. Okay, take these order pairs, plot them on the graph. Okay guys, this is example 2 from the points that we got from the example. -3, -2, 0, -4, 3, -6, and 6, -8. And I just typed those in. I'm going to go ahead and check this so that it shows the points. You see it creates 4 points that are in a nice straight line. Cool thing about this graphing software is that you can kind of zoom in a little bit and move it around. It's pretty cool. Just to prove to you that this is the equation, I'm going to click right here and I'm going to add the equation. The equation was 2x plus 3y equals -12. And you see when I do that, it plots it as a black line. I can change the color here. Just kind of show you how this works a little bit. Oh. There we go, nice green line. But you see that the line goes straight through those 4 points. And if I drag my mouse on top of the line, it gives me some other order pairs that are on the line. And you see my points match up there. -3, -2 is on the list. Very cool. Cool stuff.